The 2026 US midterms are increasingly being shaped not by campaign messaging, but by redistricting, an institutional exercise that determines how votes can convert into seats. This is not routine post-census adjustment. It is a deliberate mid-decade redraw, and it has turned delimitation into pre-election warfare. The starting point is a razor-thin House. Republicans currently hold 222 seats, Democrats 213. The majority mark is 218. That means a net shift of just 5 seats flips control. In that context, redistricting is not technical, it is decisive. The initiative came from Republicans. Backed politically by figures like Donald Trump, Grand Old Party-controlled states such as Texas, North Carolina, and Missouri moved early to redraw maps. The objective was clear: lock in structural gains before the election cycle turns volatile. Early projections suggested Republicans could extract +8 to +10 seats from these changes alone. But that assumption did not hold. Democrats responded aggressively. California has already moved to redraw districts that could yield +4 to +5 Democratic seats. More importantly, Virginia has already approved a new map that could flip up to 4 Republican-held seats, potentially shifting its delegation from 6 to 5 Republican to roughly 9 to 2 or even 10 to 1 Democratic if upheld. The next major battleground is Florida, where a special redistricting session is underway. Florida alone could produce +2 to +3 Republican seats, depending on how aggressively districts are redrawn. Beyond that, attention turns to states like Ohio and Georgia, where legal and political pressures could force further adjustments, though gains there are likely more limited, 1 to 2 seats each at most. When these moves are aggregated, the arithmetic becomes clear. Republicans aimed for a +8 to +10 seat cushion. Democrats are now targeting +8 to +10 seats in response. The net result is a near zero-sum equilibrium. Instead of entering the midterms with a built-in advantage, Republicans now face a balanced map, where control will again hinge on marginal districts. The miscalculation in the initial Republican push appears to have been strategic. There was an expectation that Democrats would remain constrained by legal caution or internal divisions. Instead, Democratic states acted decisively, turning what was meant to be a unilateral advantage into a two-sided contest. Once redistricting became normalized mid-cycle, it became available to both parties. Legal challenges now form the key uncertainty. Virginia's map, despite being approved, is under judicial review. Similar challenges are emerging in other states. Courts could invalidate or modify districts, wiping out projected gains. This means the true balance of power will not be clear immediately. The decisive window is mid to late summer 2026, when most maps will be finalized and candidates locked into districts. In probabilistic terms, Republicans still retain a narrow edge due to incumbency and geography. But the erosion of their structural advantage has significantly raised the risk of losing control. The contest now sits close to parity, with a realistic 45 to 55% probability range for either side, depending on legal outcomes and national political conditions. The Senate remains structurally unaffected. Its races are statewide, so redistricting has no direct role. However, the broader environment, turnout, momentum, narrative, can still influence outcomes at the margins. In the end, one could say that the coming 2026 midterms are less a campaign contest and more a structural seat battle. The decisive phase is already underway, not in November, but in the drawing and contesting of the map itself.